one thing that intense trauma will oftentimes do to us is get us to that place of, all right, now I have to do something, because if I don't do something, my life depends on it, pretty much, right? Sometimes we're that stubborn. It takes us to be that far along before we actually say, all right, enough of the shenanigans. Like, I gotta do something now. I'm responsible for myself. Nobody else, can fix me, right? So I reached that point where I was angry, and I was just like, you know what, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me. And how I got out of that, I would say learning is like a best friend to me. It's like, and it's my comfort, it's my blanket, it's my peace. And I know that might sound funny, but it was like, the more I learned, and I would obtain that information, and I would apply it to my life, and it wasn't natural at first, but as you get in the motion of, like, your body literally matching the intention of what you see and what you want, once you put that into work. So just like a lesson where I'm taking it in like a sponge, I'm letting it come into me, I'm accepting what I'm learning, and I'm applying it, right? I'm continuously applying it. Then you turn around one day and you don't even recognize that old person, right? You don't recognize her. So I was literally, when I realized that learning about these things was bringing such growth in me, and it was changing me from the inside out, literally. You're reprogramming the belief system that you walked around with for so long, like of yourself, of others, of your environment, how you view love, how you view this. I mean, everything is getting changed, right, as you grow. And even the people will start to change. You'll be like, at one time, these people were my people, right? Okay, because you were at a lower vibration, then you were on a different level, and now you are saying, wait a minute, that's kind of immature. Wait a minute, I don't really like that. Or wait a minute, that's not okay to say to me. Wait a minute, hey self, like, what are we gonna do about this? Like, you get in tune with what actually is real for you, and those negative views and those negative beliefs and those negative vibrations that you lived in for years. You start to learn how to detach from those, and so you start to have love for yourself, defend yourself, which is, for some people, unfortunately, but it's great once you learn it. But like, for me, I didn't, it was like, wait a minute, who is that person looking back, right? And for me, I still have so much more growing, and I feel like I'm never going to stop growing. It's really important that we really, use the time to get in touch with ourselves, like really in touch, because I can just look back at most of my life, and it was more so like something bad would go down or something would happen, and instead of sitting there and getting in touch with myself, or taking the time to heal properly, and taking the time to just look inside and overcome this situation at hand, oftentimes I would run from it, because I did not want to feel that defeat or rejection, or I just didn't want to feel it. And so how I coped with that many times was in other people. I would run to, let's say, a relationship ended or something. I would run immediately to another one, not realizing that those people aren't going to heal my holes inside of me. It's like those people aren't going to be able to do it. The only person that could do it was myself. And I sat there looking for a hero when the hero was inside me. No one else can be that hero. You know, you have to be that to yourself. Another thing to keep in mind is that we are just recreating another situation similar to the time before. You know, when we aren't in our best place and we go out into the world and we have all these wounds and these traumas in us, and we're looking out into the world for something to take care of this pain, what we're going to draw in is not going to be, you know, anything on a high vibration or anything that is just going to be another created cycle. Is, you know, your vibration at the time when you're going out looking is you're in a hurt place and you're saying, I need to find someone immediately. And that's just, you know, it's that need that draws in the wrong type of individuals in your life. And oftentimes it can be individuals that see your neediness and take advantage of you. And so it's very, very important that we take the time to heal. Not only that is, you know, hurt people. And that is such a true quote. Like, when I look back in my life, did I want to intentionally hurt others? No, of course not. You know, but my trauma bled onto other people, and it was not their responsibility to fix that. It was mine. Also, it is really important to understand that, like, if this is your first time really going inside and getting in tune with yourself, you're going to come across, you know, over the lifetime you've already spent up to this point where you have to go in and you have to kind of repair these wounds so you can be an altogether, you know, just healthy version of yourself. You know, that is not an easy process, but it is definitely a process that is worth it and is going to bring quality into your life. And so just understand, have compassion over yourself, understand that there's going to be hard days. And I know for me personally, I had really big abandonment issues growing up from, I guess, you know, childhood to adult. I had severe abandonment issues. I had complex PTSD, anxiety, depression, you name it. Okay. I was struggling really, really hard. So, you know, when you're going to face yourself, you know, and you get in tune with yourself, it's very important to just become aware. Become aware of your weak areas. Become aware of, you know, everything in you. Have compassion over yourself, forgiveness over yourself, try to for others. You know, use this time and understand it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. The outcome is going to be worth it if you just hang on. I think one of the biggest things I had to come to terms with is I had to learn how to take responsibility for a lot of why I was in the place I was in. You know, despite if someone else hurt me, despite if somebody else did something awful, you know, a lot of the times when we don't know ourselves, we are going into pretty bad situations. Oftentimes I'd find myself in situations that I should have never been in. But, you know, as we're so upset at this person, let's say we're with at this person that is hurting us, we at the same time need to acknowledge that how long did we stay there? Did we leave immediately when it happened, or did we stay longer? Like, we need to come to terms with there's a part of us that is unhealed. There's a part of us that you know, needs to look inside and say, why did I stay so long? Or why did I let these people walk all over me? Or just so many questions. You know, we just have to learn to start taking responsibility, because when we take responsibility, we then can look inside and say, okay, this is how I'm going to fix this area. You know, this is how I'm going to heal this, or, you know, whatever it is. That was a huge thing for me, is learning that, you know, as bad as my situations were, I always had to look and say, well, why in myself? If you like this video, please click like and subscribe.